Alrighty, host migration. I'm going to do it very quickly. So, one person becomes the host, the other become clients. They all get a UCID or a unique client identifier. This makes it so the data is transferred because other synchronization methods are all gone post migration. So, it's also represented with a color. When the host leaves, the next host in line becomes the host. Everybody connects to that host. You can do this with as many people as you want, how many times you want. You can see everybody auto connects and gets their color back, just like that. Now, how does it work? Setup. So you have a network manager, a custom one built off Mirror, and on the same object you have a host migration data object. This is a container for all the data, server and client side. Of course, server only if you need it. So this makes it so it always persists throughout the scenes, even post-migration. This is the only object that actually stays. Anything else, such as the actual player, will be gone. This is needed to reconstruct the data. Now on the right side, in the actual player, you see there's a top secret information script, which is secret fields for the player, for the server to have. And then you also have the my client script, which is the player. Now this player can have any fields as well. As you see the extra bytes, there can be whatever many bytes, and this is just fields with random numbers essentially. And you can adjust it here in the script, and then you can test it out. So now, for example, we're doing 7 megabytes of data for client side and 200 data fields for server side. Now the injector works like this. You have a little tool and you get the number of fields that you want and you put it in there and it automatically injects. This makes it so we can actually test it properly with however many data, and then we can plot the data and see what the trend is. Now, how do we actually get the data? Well, you have the garbage collection being done manually. So before and after it collects the data, or it collects the garbage, sorry. So it makes it so that there's no extra delays after you migrate, which are not accounted for. There's a lot of magic behind this. You can check out the GitHub if you want more information. We have to go through it pretty quickly. And then it gets exported automatically into a CSV file, which is then used for plotting. So you can see the timestamp which is recorded at, all like 11 or 12 of January, and now the last ones are when I just played it. And you can see it's either client or server side, the amount of bytes, and then how long it took in microseconds. Now for Steam, this also works on Steam. You can choose either LAN or Steam. So one player launches it. Of course, you first build it, and then you see Steam is true, KCP is false. KCP is a UDP transport made by Mirror, or by a contributor of Mirror, that is very fast and in C#. So on my laptop, I'm now pressing host, and then I'm inviting myself by going to Shift Tab, and then clicking invite game. Now it's not here because I didn't host, but I can see play game, I play it, and now I can see myself move. And if I go onto my laptop and I move, you see the red cube move. Just like that. Same thing happens here, it's just networked. Alright, you can see there's an on-screen debugger. This is needed because otherwise you cannot see any console shenanigans, which is definitely needed for actually testing this, because otherwise you would not know if it's working or not. So one person, aka the server, presses X. That means the server data gets some secret fields. It syncs it, and then it leaves, and you can see there's pretty much no interruption. 7 megabytes of data were just synced, just like that, very quickly. It's in 2 times speed, but still you can see it's very quickly. And then I can just invite back the game, and then if I join on my laptop, you will see, boom, it appears. There we go. Same color, it works. As simple as that. Post-migration, working pretty much out of the box, pretty scalable. Thank you for listening.